Just want to welcome everyone, and we're super excited to have Eric here. And unfortunately, I've been bugging Teamzy and Eric for how many months now, Brian?
A couple.
Couple of months now, and we're just excited to have you here.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here. So I'm just going to dive in tonight. I'm going to cover a lot of ground, and I want you guys to know that you may feel at times like you're sipping water from a fire hose. I don't do that to overwhelm you. I just want to give you as much value as I can tonight for your time. So make sure you're taking notes. We are recording the call, so if you missed something or you want to go back, you guys will have the recording. You can go back and watch it again. I also want to let you guys know that I'm going to keep you all muted. Just to keep distractions down. But if you feel the spirit move you and you feel like you need to comment or ask a question, you can unmute yourself. I'm giving you the grown-up ability to unmute and mute yourself as we go. But I will do Q&A at the end too. So I'm going to do some training, and then we can go wherever you want to go on the Q&A. As long as you guys are interested, I'll usually stay and answer questions. Okay, so here we go. Let's dive in. Here's the topic I want to talk to you about tonight. Well, so I believe. Let's make sure I get the right one. Here we go. How to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. We started this, didn't we, a little bit last time before we got cut off. So let's start it over. Again, to introduce myself on this, my name is Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. You guys have probably heard of it by now. It's a really cool tracking system for your Xyngular business. My background is as a professional coach and consultant. I've been teaching people how to build relationships-based businesses for 20 years now. And 5 years ago, I fell into the direct sales space by accident, found some products that really helped me personally, and I was excited to share them. And honestly, I was very open at that time in my life to an additional stream of income. Here's a shot of my family, my favorite people. And now they're my quarantine mates, right? But these are people that I didn't get to see very often in my corporate career. I was always working and never saw my family. I just never saw them. I never saw my kids. I spent 40 minutes a day with my wife, and it was not what I had signed up for. I wanted to have a great life with my family. And so the direct sales network marketing opportunity to me seemed like a great way to create another stream of income that possibly could even replace my corporate income, and I could be home and have a home-based life. And so I started taking a look at it. The challenge that I had, guys, was I just didn't have any time. How many of you guys can relate to that? And I was already working full-time, and how was I going to build this business? And I really looked at what needed to be done to be successful in this business, and I realized it could be done in an hour or less a day. I just needed to find some tools to help me leverage my time. So long story short, that's how Teamzy came to be, because guess what? There weren't any tools out there for us. I couldn't believe it. And so I needed something that would help me to systemize my contact and care for my customers and my prospects and my team, and let me do it in less than an hour a day. And that's kind of how Teamzy came to be. And just to give you some quick background on Teamzy, in 4 years, we've now had 100,000 people plus use Teamzy, which amazes me. But you guys have seen how fast it's grown through just Xyngular in the past few months. It's amazing because people love Teamzy and they love to share it with their teams. So I'm grateful that you're here and humbled that you guys share it with your teams and your friends. I also want to let you know that our active users in Teamzy, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. 21 new customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. In fact, actually for Xyngular people, those numbers are much higher, but I'm not going to share those yet because I just need to wait a little bit on that. But so far, Xyngular numbers are much higher than that, which is pretty cool. You guys are awesome. So let's get to the topic. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? You hear this term a lot, and it's kind of a buzzword, and a lot of people use it for different things. And here's what I'll tell you what it's not. It's not just selling stuff to your friends. That's not relationship marketing. Okay, I want you guys to know, first off, relationship marketing is a philosophy that puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. It puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. It's not an abstract feel-good concept. This is a proven system that we follow. We always know what to do next. Who wants to sign up for just the what do I do next? You'll always know. You'll always know what to do next. Again, relationship marketing is also a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. This is what we're about, right? Generating interest. but you need to do it in a systemized way. That's why you need a lead generation system in your business. This just happens to be the most effective system that I found. Here's a principle, though, that it's important. You're in the lead generation business. You're in the lead generation business. You are a business owner. Your job is to generate leads, okay? And so you need a system to do it. And that's what I'm going to show you today. Now, when I say leads, I don't just mean people who want to buy. I mean relationships. We want to generate relationships because developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. A relationship is worth more than a sale. Would you guys agree? Absolutely. Because why? We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. And an advocate is someone who's so excited about what you're doing, they're bringing lots of people to your business, right? How many of you are advocates for products or companies? You just do it naturally because you love them. Amy raised her hand. She's an advocate for Teamzy. Thank you, Amy. She's an advocate for Teamzy. She brings people to Teamzy. Thank you very much. Why? Because we're building a relationship and we're serving her and she's liking what's going on. Next principle, relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you are a jerk, this system ain't going to work. And a lot of the stuff that we've been taught, it's funny because Amy has emailed me a couple of questions the last few days, kind of on this topic. We've been taught to do things that kind of feel weird. They feel a little bit icky, right? And it's kind of like, I don't know if I feel comfortable doing that. And what I'm telling you is you don't have to do those things because those things erode trust. They erode trust. And with this system, we want to build trust, okay? So the good news is the way this business has been traditionally taught for the past 30 years, some of you are uncomfortable with it, and you should be. And then there's a bad reputation in our industry, and it's well-deserved because we've been taught to trick people into doing this stuff. We've been taught to like be tricky. Hey, let's have coffee and reconnect. And then we bring out our business plan. Surprise! You know, and so people feel like there's a target on their back and they're skeptical and they're jaded towards our industry, which is silly. Our industry is awesome. So let me teach you guys how to do it based on trust, okay? Now here's the good news. Trust makes the work fun. If someone trusts you, you don't have to sell them. You don't have to convince them. You get right to helping them. Also, trust takes the ickiness away. You're never going to feel icky. If you're working on build from a place of trust, you don't have to feel icky. You're never going to, okay? And you get to go for yes. Instead of going for no and getting rejected all the time, we're going to be building relationships and getting people to trust us, and we're going to get lots of yeses. So how do you build trust? There's 4 essential ingredients to building trust. Let me go through them quickly, and then I'll break them out for you, okay? Here we go. Number 1 is chemistry. Okay, number 1 is chemistry. Number 2 is character. Okay, number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. And number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right, you got those? All right, let's break these out. Chemistry. This is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Bottom line, people want to do business with someone they like. So find out what you have in common with people. Ask a few questions, okay? And this should go without saying, but you shouldn't do things that divide people up with strong opinions. Make sense? Because I'm pretty sure you can help everybody with your products, right? So you should be a place, when it comes to you, who you are on social media and everything, you should be someone who's a uniter that brings people together. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. I want you guys to notice something about this definition. You don't actually have character. It's not something you have. A lot of times we think character is based on what we've done so far. But I want you guys to understand character is something that you have to do every single day. You have to do. You don't get credit for what you've demonstrated so far. You get credit for what you're demonstrating now. So just think about your character as your brand 24/7, okay? It's how you treat people on your team. It's how you follow through with your customers. It's how you drive your car on the highway. It's how you, right? Everything is your character. The way you treat the people who serve you out in the world. You're on stage in the spotlight 24/7, demonstrating care for others, or not. How many of you, it's important, if you're going to do business with somebody or a company, their character matters? Totally, right? The thing is, too, is that as you demonstrate care and people get to know your character, they will love it. This is how you build advocates. Okay, it's key. Number 3 is competence. Competence. We're building trust. Don't forget, these are to build trust. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this because it's important. The first piece is, as a Xyngular coach, do you know what you're talking about? Are you an expert on your products? Do you understand the offerings, the pricing, the special deals, all of that? Why would I be your customer? Do I know that you're good at what you do? I've got a problem. Can you help me solve it? Do I feel confident that you can help me with my problem? Okay. The second piece is, are you a business person that I believe can mentor me to be successful on your team? Before I'm going to sign on for either, I want to know how competent you are. Does this make sense? Now, here's the thing that I want to just kind of encourage the newer people is that when you're new, you're obviously not as competent as your team leaders are. And what I don't want you to do is try to pretend you're something you're not. Okay, don't fake it. Be real, but let people know, hey, I'm learning this. Oh my gosh, I just learned this. This is interesting. Did you guys know this? And tell people and demonstrate the competence of your team. Tell their stories constantly. I'm so grateful to be mentored by this incredible lady. She's amazing. This is what she's so knowledgeable. Like, start talking about your team, start talking about the company, start letting people know who you are associated with. Okay? Because even a rookie who joins a championship team gets to wear the ring at the end of the season. Okay? So I want you guys to know, when you're new, you lean into your upline, lean into your team, and let people know, hey, you can join. I know I'm new, but you're joining a team that's led by the best people in the business. Together, we're going to grow this. Okay? So chemistry, character, competence. And leaders, make sure your new people know that they can lean into you. Make sure you're offering that to them. So I'm going to give you one principle that underlays, is that a word? Underlays? Amy, you're a teacher, right? Tell me, is my grammar right? Okay. Here's the underlying principle. That's probably a better way to say it. On these 3. When someone's going to do business with you, they really only care about these 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? And they may not ask these questions out loud, but they ask them in their hearts. When somebody knows the answer is yes for all 3 of these, you've got an advocate. When somebody's not sure, they'll raise objections. Okay? This is a great way to take the temperature in your relationship. If someone's got a lot of objections, then they don't know yet. You haven't built all the trust that you need to. So it's going to take a little bit more investment in that relationship as you overcome the objections, but keep working on the relationship. Make sense? Okay. Number 4 is consistency. The most important thing for building trust is consistency. How many of you have raised kids or are in the process? It's hard to be consistent, isn't it? But it's important. Consistency is how you build trust. And here's a great principle on this. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Not only do people look up to you when you're consistent, but they want to be around it. It draws people to you, to your business, and to your team. It's pretty cool, right? People know you. I mean, especially the people who've known you for years, and suddenly they see you turning over a new lifestyle and they see you do it consistently. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing. How many of you, real quick, just by show of hands, turn your cameras on for me. I can see at least some of you. How many of you are consistently using your Xyngular products as part of your lifestyle, and there's no question your product? Okay, great. What about social media? How many of you consistently share on social media, your journey and what it's doing for you and things like that? Yeah, good. Now here's the real checkup from the neck up, as my good friend and mentor Zig Ziglar used to say. Are you as consistent with relationships? Meaning, are you as consistent about staying in touch with people, maybe as you are posting on social media? Because what I want you guys to understand is relationship building, which is the key to our business, is a contact sport. You need to be in regular contact with people if you want a relationship with them. There's no other way around it. Here's a principle. This is the big principle. If this is all you get tonight, guys, get this principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Now, really quick, let me just see your pictures, your faces. Turn your cameras on if you can, if you're dressed. How many of you only have to be dressed from the neck up. It's fine, right? If you get close enough to the camera. How many of you have ever received from somebody that you care about a card or a letter with a handwritten message, and when you read that message, oh man, it got you right in the heart? How many of you guys have ever received something like that that really moved you emotionally? Everybody, right? If you've never received a card like that, will you please put your address in the chat, and the rest of us will agree to write one to you, okay? But here's what the next question I have is, now that you've thought about that card, or maybe you thought of a couple, do you still have them? Have you kept them somewhere? How many of you have a stash somewhere of cards and letters that you've saved over the years and you just can't part with them? We all do this. It's incredible how much we value it, isn't it? Even years later. Like, I challenge you guys tonight, after this webinar is over, this call's over, go to your stash, pull one out at random and read it. I bet it has a deeper impact now than it did when you first got it. It's amazing how that works. In fact, a lot of times when somebody we care about passes on, we save the cards and letters that they received as the most precious things they've left, haven't we? Does anybody have something like that that belongs to somebody they love? Okay, here's another example. This is my happy birthday postcard that I received from my life insurance sales representative. Have you guys ever received a happy birthday postcard from somebody that you do business with? Great, almost everybody. Is it nice to get? It's nice. Does this get saved forever in that special stash? No, this doesn't get saved. This gets thrown away pretty much immediately, doesn't it? But let's think about why. Why does this have no value for us? It violates both parts of the principle I just taught you. This required no investment of time, so we don't value it, because time is the only thing we have that's valuable. This required no investment of time, and it's not even personal. You know, if I flip this over, it doesn't even say Eric. It's not even personalized. This is bulk. And bulk mail, no time, no value. Now, just think about this. You don't have to be writing people cards and letters all day long to build this business. You can get it done with a text message or a quick message on Facebook or something. But it needs to be individual to one person, and it needs to take a little bit of your time to be valuable. This is an example of automated marketing. How many of you guys have heard the term marketing automation, and it sounds so sexy and inviting? Marketing automation feels like low value to the recipient. Does this make sense? What people value is your time invested in them personally. And so what I'm going to show you with Teamzy in a minute is a system that enables you to personally connect with a huge number of people on a regular basis, efficiently and effectively. Make sense? So you can create a lot of energy in relationships. Okay. So let me get back to this. We'll finish this up, and I want to show you Teamzy. Okay, so here we go. Investing time, connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. You guys got that? Okay, just keep that in mind. Now, this is all great, right? Nice philosophy, Eric, but you got to have a system to it. You can't just do this. You can't just believe this stuff. You got to have a system. You need a way to stay in contact with all of your relationships. Know when you're going to contact them and when you're not going to contact them. Know what you're going to say so you don't stare at your screen all day trying to think of what to say. And then make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. It sounds simple, right? It sounds so simple, but the reason why I had to build Teamzy is because there wasn't anything like this for us. But once you have this system, which I'm going to show you right now you can do all this in less than an hour a day. How cool is that? How cool is that? Think about what you could do with your life if your business building only took an hour a day. All right, so let's see here. Here we go. First thing I want you to know is if you go to teamzy.com, you can start a free trial of Teamzy for 30 days. It's free, okay? So if you're not already using it, you're watching this live or on replay, go to teamzy.com and start your free trial. We don't even ask for your credit card. Okay. We really don't want to make this hard on you. And you can start a free trial. Now, as soon as you log into your free trial, you're going to be in the setup wizard, which is designed to make this really easy to set up, even for people like me who aren't super tech savvy. So look, I'm looking right now at the first screen of the setup wizard. That's what I'm sharing with you guys. Let's go through the process together. So the first big thing I want to focus on is this. We want to set your income goal in Teamzy. How much income would you like to be earning a year from now? Okay, now just pick a number. And look, your number may be real modest, and that's okay. So I encourage you to just kind of dream a little bit bigger, right? Let's set a goal that's at least 6 figures and see what happens. Now, you can see my goal set at 150,000 a year. Now, you can move the goal up by grabbing this little dot and sliding it, or you can move it down lower. Now, notice what happens as I move this. It changes the daily connects that are required to achieve this goal. Make sense? Teamzy will tell you exactly what to do. You don't have to worry. You'll know exactly what to do. How cool is this? So I'm going to put it back to my goal of 150. Here we go. 150,000. And this is telling me that over 12 months, this is what I need to do daily. Connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 distributors. Okay, that's a total of 19 people I'm going to reach out to each day. And that's going to take me about 15 to 30 minutes. Pretty sweet, right? All right, so let's go on and I'll show you some more. Let's continue. Once you click continue, then Teamzy's configured now to your goal. So it's going to be custom for each of you. The next step is to get all your contacts imported into Teamzy. We want to get your back office in, your team in first, then your customers. Then maybe you can bring all your Facebook friends into Teamzy. Wherever you have contacts, we want them in Teamzy so you can be organized. Forget digging through your phone or looking at sticky notes or pads of paper you can't find when you need them. How many of you guys are guilty of this stuff? A spreadsheet that seemed like a good idea that you haven't updated in 3 years? We get them in Teamzy. They live in the cloud. You always have access to everybody. They're in your phone. They're in your computer. They're everywhere. Now, here's the cool thing too. Something besides it being organized in one place, I'm going to show you in a second. What Teamzy does with that list is magical. Nobody will ever fall through the cracks again, guys, ever. How cool is that? All right, so let's launch this. So now I'm on my Teamzy dashboard. You can see that the goals we just set are set up right here on the dashboard. So what I'm supposed to do today is connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, 4 distributors, just like we set up based on my income goal. See those big zeros? I haven't done any work yet. I've got 2 additional goals. I'll just highlight real quick. These are kind of standard. You can change these in settings if you want. But I've got a goal to share 3 times. Okay, that's sharing my business or sharing a product. Really simple. Sharing a business or sharing the business opportunity or sharing a product with somebody, I'm going to log it as a share. And then I've got a goal to add 3 people a day to Teamzy. That's just adding people to Teamzy. Okay. Maybe it's people I already know. Maybe it's people I'm meeting, but I just want it on my mind that I want to constantly be putting new people in here so that I can be building new relationships as well as maintaining and building the ones I already have. Okay. Are you guys with me? So let's go ahead and I'm going to show you how to do a power hour. And this is really cool. Now, Teamzy is a complete contact management system. That means that it keeps track of everything, all of your contacts, their information, it tracks all your conversations and everything and keeps track of all that for you, just like any other dull, boring CRM system. The difference is, see if I go to the team page, you can see, everybody's there, all their contact information's there, their activity feed, which is your conversation history, it's all logged. The difference is the way Teamzy's designed is to get you to do one thing, and that's to crush a power hour. Okay? That's to be able to crush a power hour. That means a whole day's work for other people, you're gonna get done in 1 hour. Let me show you how it works. So here's my power hour module right here. Now, in my account, I think I have like 3,000 people. But you'll notice right now on my power hour, I only see 5 because these are the 5 people that are up next for me to connect with. Teamzy automatically knows this. And on my power hour, I've got my 4 lists: prospects, my customers, my distributors, and my follow-ups list, okay? On the right-hand side is where I'm gonna log that message as I send it so that it's tracked, right? As soon as I track it, Teamzy now resets that person and is planning on when to remind me to reach out to them again. It does it for me, so I don't have to think. How cool is this, you guys? Okay, so one more thing I want to show you before we dive into actually doing this power hour. Man, I should have named it something easier to say, right? Notice that next to each person's name is a number. See those numbers? That's the rank I've given them, the star rank. We rank them on a 5-star scale. 5 stars, awesome. 1 star, not awesome. You guys are familiar with this, right? We use it for everything, the 5-star system. We're not rating the person, we're rating the quality of the relationship we have with them so far. Okay? So when you go through your list and give people a rating, 5 stars, 4 stars, 3 stars, whatever, it allows Teamzy to prioritize your list for you. Okay? So you don't have to think. So you're going to talk to the 5-star people more often. They come up on the list every 30 days. 4-star people are going to come up every 60 days. 3-star people are going to come back every 90 days, and 2-star people are going to come back every 120 days. This makes sense? So the higher star rating you give somebody, the more often you talk to them. So those, by definition, will be your best friends, your closest relationships, your hottest leads. Does this make sense? Okay. And you can, it's really easy to set that up and to rank people. There's some quick videos in Teamzy. I'm going to skip it today so we can keep going. But now I've already done that on my list. So we're going to do a power hour. You guys ready? So I'm going to use, you can log any sort of activity in Teamzy, Facebook, email, text, Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn, phone calls, in person, whatever. But what I'm going to demonstrate with today is just, I'm going to send messages on Facebook because that's the way I message most people. So I've got Facebook open here in a separate tab. Okay, great. And Facebook open in a separate tab. And then we are going to message people there. Sorry. See, somebody was messaging me and distracted me. So the first person on my list is Amy. I'm going to send her a message. Teamzy's saying connect with Amy. So when I do my power hour, I start left to right. So she's up next. I'm going to connect with her. This is where sometimes I would get stuck. What am I going to say? How many of you guys get stuck on how to start the conversation? When I launched Teamzy, I didn't think that was the issue. So there was no, I didn't help people with that. And then lots of people said, what do I say? What do I say? What do I say? So we eventually built a scripts library into Teamzy, which is just all of the messages and things that I had found over the years worked really great. So we built those in, and you have access to those even in a free trial. So let me show you how to get to those. See right here, it says scripts. Just click on that and then choose a script that's appropriate. I'm going to choose a Facebook script. And I'll pull the first one off the list just for sake of argument. It says, hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Okay, great. So we'll copy that script. See, I clicked on copy script. And what I like to do is just paste it in Teamzy so I can do the editing here so I don't accidentally send it the wrong way in Facebook. So we'll change the name. And I always recommend on your first message when you're starting a conversation, you always put their name in it. Okay. And maybe some emoji. You know, I like some emojis. All right, so now I've got this message just the way I want it. Again, I'm not editing it heavily because I don't want to overthink. Don't get stuck in overthinking mode. I copied it. What I'm going to do now is just toggle over to Facebook. I'm going to look up Amy, and I'm going to send her a message. Okay? And paste it in there. There it is. Hi, Amy. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Send. Again, don't overthink it. Great. There it is. Message sent. So I'm going to log that in Teamzy. That was a Facebook message. See the button that says log connect? Click that, and it's done. So notice that what happened is Amy's off my list. My list has slid up. Now I have a new person on the bottom, see? So it's just moved itself up. The next person up is Jay. I'm going to message her. And you know what I'm going to do is just use the same message. It's on my clipboard still. I'm just going to paste it right in there. Then I don't have to do anything extra. Just change the name to Jay. Do you guys see how you could get going really fast with this, especially if you're not changing the message much? So now I'm going to go over to Facebook and I'm going to message Jay. Now, again, however you guys want to message people, you could be, maybe I would text her. I don't know. Just depends. Here we go. Hi, Jay. Just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Send. That one's sent. Toggle back over to Teamzy and log it. Facebook message, log connect. Look at this on my dashboard. I've got 2 done. This circle's starting to fill in. This is kind of like my progress meter here. So as I'm getting closer, and I've got 7 left, so now I got to keep going. Melissa's the next person on my list. I'm going to just keep working my way down my list, okay, until I'm done with my prospects. My goal was 9. I'm just going to message 9 people. I might just use that same script for all 9. That's fine. Okay, just keep it easy. When I'm done with that, that circle will be all the way blue, and I'll go to the next list, which is customers. Okay, the first person on my list is Melissa. Great. I'm going to now look for a script to connect with Melissa, my customer. Okay. So now I'm on customer scripts. Here's a good one. Congratulations on great results. Do you guys have people get great results with Xyngular? Well, yeah. So this might be, hey, Melissa, you're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on losing 6 pounds this month. You look great, right? Here's another one that I like. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the products? Your slim down. What is it? The slim down trio? How are you enjoying it? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Okay. These are great scripts for connecting with your customers. Here's my favorite one. Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay. So let me just kind of, while I'm pasting this and kind of showing you how to do it, I just want to highlight how important it is to be in touch with your customers. When you're in regular contact with your customers, you guys, they order more product and they retain longer. I'll just say it again for those of you taking notes. When you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more product and they retain longer. Yeah. Now you've got the system in front of you, Teamzy. It helps you stay in touch, super easy. My goal is 6 customers a day to touch. They come up on the list. I send them a quick message. We stay in touch. That's it. It doesn't have to be a salesy message. It doesn't have to be even product oriented. You just be checking in. You just need to stay present. Now, the other thing that's pretty cool, how many of you have at least one customer that you love and you wish you kind of had some more like that? Where are you going to go get those? Is there a special place? Does Xyngular have a special page where you can just go pick out awesome customers that are just waiting for you? Probably not. No. The best place to find a great new customer, you guys, is from a great customer. Okay, the best place to find a great new customer is from a great customer. Think about it. The people that are using Xyngular and loving it, what are they doing? They're telling people about it. They're talking about it. They can't help themselves. People cannot help themselves. They share about things that they like. Which means that you guys have customers right now who have already talked to friends and family about Xyngular. You don't know about it. Okay? It's your job to get introduced to those people. 82% of Americans say that they make purchasing decisions based on the recommendations of a friend. Your customers have friends who've already been told about Xyngular who are interested. Are you getting introduced to those people? And if you're not in regular contact with your customers, I know you're not getting introduced to those people. So step 1, get in regular contact with your customers. After you're in regular contact, it's very, very comfortable to ask them, hey, I know you've been getting great results, Amy, and I'm sure that you've been telling friends and family about what you've been using and how it's been helping you. Is there anybody, before I get too busy this month, is there anybody you care about who I should get some more information to? And they say, well, yeah, actually I was talking to Sherry about it the other day and she was kind of curious. Awesome. Would you introduce me to Sherry and I'll get her some info? Whatever's easiest for you. I mean, just a quick group chat on Facebook or a group text message and I'll get her some more info. Because I want to make sure that your people are taken care of first because you're my favorite. Are you guys with me? It's super easy to duplicate customers. Amy, I know you just signed up for boot camp. We're going to spend a whole week practicing getting customers to introduce us to their friends. Okay. So you can look forward to that in the boot camp. You guys got the 5-minute version of that. But the point is, the easiest way, the best way to grow your team and your business is from your customer base. If you've been doing Xyngular for a few years and you've built a customer base over time, maybe they're not even consistently using it. They're on and off. That's okay. You've already done the hard work. Once you leverage those relationships, now you can really grow your business. So staying in touch with customers is as important as prospecting. I want you guys to understand that. That's why it's kind of the central piece of Teamzy. Where's Teamzy? Let's get back in here. Here we go. So we're going to go down our customer list each day based on our goal and just connect. So in this case, I'm sending a message to Melissa, checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make her day. Great. I've got one done. Prissy's next. I'm going to message her. Bam, 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 bam. 6 messages, which is my goal. And then I'm done with customers and I move on to my team of distributors and I message them. Okay. If you've got 2 people on your team, you'll be done with this real quick. As your team grows, though, you're going to love having a system to help you stay in touch because I want you guys to know having a Facebook group or doing live Zooms is great, but it doesn't replace one-on-one connection. Remember we talked about that a few minutes ago? And the more successful you get in your Xyngular business, the more your text is worth to people, the more it matters to people. Does that make sense? I mean, think about somebody upline that you really admire. Can you guys all think of somebody like that? How much would it mean to get a text out of the blue from that person that just says, hey, I was just in the back office and I saw you had a great month. Congratulations. I'm proud of you. Or, hey, I haven't, heard from you in a while. Is everything okay? Can I help you in some way? Can you imagine how much it would mean? And I want you guys to understand that this is what you have to offer your team. That's why we call it Teamzy. It's about building a team, right? And so I just want you guys to really think about that as your teams get big, to continue putting that personal relationship in. That's going to hold your team together and create a great culture. So the first half of our power hour is connecting with prospects, customers, distributors. These are just outgoing little love messages. I call them make someone's day messages, because that's my goal, is just to make someone's day. Okay? Not to put a target on their back and try to close them into something, just to make somebody's day. And what happens is, as you do this, so in my example, it's 19 a day, let's call it 20 just for easier math. 5 days a week, 20 a day, that's 100 people I've messaged a make someone's day message by the end of the week. Okay? Now, typical response rate would be about 50%. I'd say right now, during pandemic lockdown, it's more like 90%, 100%. Have you guys noticed people are more responsive? Yeah, because everyone's desperate to connect with people. They want the connection. They appreciate it. But let's say 50% respond. Out of those people, now they've said, hey, thanks, Eric, for messaging me. That was so nice. Now what? Now I'm going to have a conversation with them. I'm going to try anyways to engage them in a conversation. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, I just wanted to check in. How are you? Tell me what's going on in your life. Send me an update on what you're doing. And my goal is to start just trying to have normal conversations with people. Okay. Some will fizzle out really quick, and that's okay, because they're in Teamzy. They're going to come back automatically. 3 months from now, 2 months from now, I'll message them again. And sometimes that conversation will kind of go in fits and starts over the course of a year before it really picks up steam. Some people you'll have a great conversation out of the gate with. So let me just give you an example. I messaged Amy at the beginning of our call, just a little make her day message. She responds. Now I'm trying to have a conversation with her, and I'm asking her, how are you guys doing? What are you doing on lockdown? Send me an update of what you've been up to the last 2 weeks. And so she's now going to message me like, we've been doing this, we've been doing that. Here's how we're coping and what we're doing. Okay. She's giving me an update. And so what would be the natural thing for me to do in this conversation? It would be natural for me to give her an update, wouldn't it? She's going to tell me what's going on in her life. Let me tell you what's going on in my life. This is just a normal conversation, as if we could actually see each other at the grocery store and talk, that not from 12 feet apart with masks on, right? So we'll do it over Facebook or whatever. And so now I'm going to tell her what's going on in my life. I'm going to tell her, oh my gosh, we've got 4 kids at home now. It's been chaos, but we're settling into the distance learning thing, and we're doing this, we're doing that, and what we're up to, trimming all the trees and doing all the house projects. But I don't know if you know this, Amy, but I have a home-based business. So I've been able to continue working even though we've been on lockdown. This is where I'm going to update her on my business. It's part of what I'm doing. Are you guys with me? I started, I'm so grateful that 5 years ago, I left my corporate job and started my own business, because otherwise we wouldn't have a paycheck and we'd be totally stranded out of work right now. I'm so grateful for my home-based business. And tell them what it is you do. Okay. Tell them what it is that you do. What do I mean by that, guys? I don't mean tell them, yeah, we help people lose weight and get energy and all that stuff, but tell them it's with Xyngular. Don't hide it. Okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of. How many of you are proud of Xyngular? Tell them it's with Xyngular. They're waiting for that shoe to drop anyways. I would just tell them, this is what I do, and this is why I'm so passionate about it. It's been the best thing I ever did. It's allowed me to continue getting income through this pandemic. What a blessing it's been. Plus, I get to help people every day. Wow. You know what people are going to respond to that? Wow, good for you. Good for you. I'm proud of you. Look, they may not be interested in Xyngular, but they're proud of you for having that and doing that. Is that a good place for them to be the first time you tell them about your business? Yeah. Because usually when we say, oh, I'm a distributor for a network marketing company, they want to run for the hills. Am I right? So this is a way to let people know what you're doing, why it's good, why you're passionate about it, and they're excited for you usually. Now look, this is the easiest way to share the business. And I wish I had an hour just on this topic. Amy, we will spend a week on this topic too in bootcamp. But here's the thing. When you're telling people what you do and why you're passionate about it, if they're enthusiastic in any way, all you do is just say, would you like to learn more? Would you like to learn more? You know, if you're really concerned about rejection, you can word it like this. Yeah, it's been great, Amy. And you know, if you'd like to learn more, just let me know. If you'd like to learn more, just let me know. That's kind of like a little bit more passive, gentler way of doing it. And if she says, yeah, I think I would like to learn more. See, people aren't intimidated by it when you do it this way. I think I would like to learn more. Great. If she says, yeah, I'd like to learn more, I'm going to now try to get her on a Zoom or on a phone call, preferably a Zoom. I like Zoom. Sometimes I'll do FaceTime if they have an iPhone, because I'm all Apple. But I want to see their face. Hey, well, let's just jump on a quick Zoom, 5 minutes, and I just let me ask you a few questions, find out what your goals are, and see if it's something I can help you with or help you learn more about. Great. So if she says, no, thanks, I'm not interested, but I'm proud of you. Good for you for starting your own business. Great. That's good too, guys, because that's what most people will say the first time, but you've started to plant the seed in their mind. You've told them specifically what you do and why you're passionate about it, who you help, and what the problem is that you solve. And you just plant the seed on the way out. You know what, Amy? It was great talking to you. So great to catch up. Could you do me a favor? If you do come across anybody with this problem that we just talked about, would you mind introducing them to me? Because I'm on a mission to help as many people as I can. You plant the seed like that, and you know what? I don't care who they are or how uninterested in Xyngular they are. Most people will say to you right then and there, yeah, I'll do that. So you've already kind of planted in their mind that they're going to introduce new people to your business, even if they're not interested. It's a great place to leave that first conversation. Okay. So I'm way off the reservation, giving you guys too much training. I can't help myself. Let's bring it back to Teamzy. Amy says, yes, I'm interested. How do I do it in Teamzy? Let me show you. First off, I'm getting her on a Zoom call. And on that Zoom call, I'm going to ask her more questions. I'm going to take notes. I'm going to find out what her goals are so that I can help her with this custom tailored solution to her problem, right? And so how do I log this in Teamzy? First off, when I look at my dashboard, she's not there anymore. So I'm going to go up to this lookup bar and look her up. This is how I get to her record. Okay, there she is. When I click on her name, it brings me to her record. So I'm going to open up this connect box just so it's just like it is on the dashboard now. That looks familiar, right? And let's see, this is a video chat that I'm logging, and I'm going to put my notes from the Zoom right here. Great. And then see where it says share? On this call, I'm sharing my business opportunity with her. So I'm going to click on share and log it as a business opportunity share. See right there? That changes it in the system to a share. And when I did that, it automatically turned on the follow-up system. See that little in 2 days that popped right there? So this is now putting her on my follow-ups list. So it'll default to 2, but let's say I want to talk to her tomorrow, I can change that. So I'm going to set the follow-up for tomorrow and then log it. So now a couple things have happened. Let me go to the dashboard and show you what happened. One, I've got a share logged. See that share? One of my 3 is now logged because I had a conversation and I shared the business opportunity with her. And now Amy is on my follow-ups list due for tomorrow. Are you guys with me? So the follow-ups list is where you put people after you've shared a product or shared a business with them. Everyone else cycles through the Teamzy flow automatically. You don't have to set follow-ups for them. They won't fall through the cracks. They just come back. But when I find interest, I put them on that follow-ups list. So the second half of my power hour, after I've messaged my prospects, customers, and distributors, is to come to follow-ups and see what follow-ups I have due today. If I was doing this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I might have as many 10 or 15 people on that follow-ups list by Friday. Are you guys with me? So that's the second half of my power hour is working the follow-ups list. So what I do is I come here, and if I see one is due, it'll be red when it's due. I send them a message, just like a normal prospecting message, make your day message, but this is a follow-up message. Let me show you how easy it is. I'll go to scripts. By the way, I helped you guys out. I put 10 follow-up scripts numbered in order in Teamzy, so you just take them by numbers, okay? Let me get a follow-up script number 1. Here it is, follow-up number 1. It reads, "Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me?" Okay, super simple. Copy the script, paste it, set that as a Facebook message script, great. And then really important, I want to set a new follow-up because I want to make sure she stays on my follow-ups list. So I'm going to follow up now, let's say 2 days from now. And I can leave myself a note so that I know what the follow-up is about. When you have a lot of follow-ups, those little notes help. And then log it. Okay. So now she's due again on Saturday. So tomorrow I'm going to do my prospects, message them, my customers, message them, my distributors, message them. And then I'm going to come to any follow-ups that are due and send them the next message. Is that easy? It's so easy. Now here's what happens. Every single month, people on that follow-ups list purchase and join the team. This is how we get those average numbers, 21 new customers and 12 new distributors every 90 days, just from working this simple power hour, sending people the next message. Now, I want to talk to you real quick about follow-ups, and then I'll take some questions. This is important, you guys, because 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. How many of you guys typically follow up 10 times? Anybody? It's okay that nobody raised their hand. It's very rare. Let me see your hands though. If you feel like if I followed up 10 times, I'd be the most annoying person in the world. No one would want to talk to me. Do you guys feel like at a minute you're starting to feel annoying? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to follow up without being annoying. Okay. It's really simple. I'm going to teach you how to do it. You'll never be annoying again. People will thank you for following up so much. They're going to, honestly, they'll thank you. It's like clockwork. But I want you guys to shift your thinking on this. Let me see hands if you really believe in your Xyngular products and business opportunity and you think you can help lives, change lives. Let me see if you're here to change lives. Let me see your hands. Cool. Great. So everybody raised their hands for changing lives, but nobody raised their hands for following up 10 times. Here's what I want you guys to understand. 80% of people will not purchase at all unless you followed up 7 to 10 times, which means if you follow up 3 or 4 times and feel like you're doing a good job, you are only helping 20% of the people you could be helping. Does this make sense? So I want you to think about it this way. The following up is all you have that actually helps people. That's how do you help people in this business? By actually following up. That's how you get them to the stage where they can actually get these great products. Does this make sense? Here's my philosophy. I would love it if you guys embrace it. It's this: following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Write it down, put it somewhere, remind yourself, put it on a sticky note on your mirror in the bathroom. Following up is an act of love. If you truly love people and want to help them, this is how you do it, by following up. Now, when you follow up 3 or 4 times and they don't respond to any of them and you give up on them because you assume whatever you assumed, what you've actually told them is this: I don't care about you. So following up is an act of love, and failing to follow up, it tells people you don't care about them. It's pretty hardcore black and white, but you have to choose a side. Now, let me teach you how to follow up in a way that people love you for it and thank you for it. Are you ready? It's very simple. So make sure you guys get these notes down. First principle is this: don't ask anything of them in your follow-up. Don't ask anything of them. Don't ask them to respond or to call you or to text you or to RSVP for your event or anything. Don't ask anything of them. Okay. Number 2, second principle, they must be able to read your entire follow-up message without opening it. They must be able to read your entire follow-up message without opening it. Now, what does that mean? That means no voice messages, no video messages. For the love of everything that is holy, you do not call people on the phone randomly and leave them a voicemail. That is so annoying. It's changed. Our society has changed. People don't like that anymore. When the phone rings, it's annoying. Then when the voicemail pings, it's annoying. Now I got to listen to the voicemail? No, don't do that to people. Send them a message they can read. Short enough they can read the whole thing without opening it. Because here's what's going to happen. They're not going to open the majority of your messages. Because people will not open a message if they cannot respond immediately to it. Because they don't want you to think they're a jerk for not responding. They know you're going to get that read receipt. How many of you guys do this? You save opening it till later when you can respond. We all do it. So what's going to happen is when you message somebody, they're going to look at their phone. They're going to want to see what you're saying because we're so curious. And if you follow my rules, written, short, they can read the whole thing without opening it. They'll get the whole message and they will receive the message, even though they don't open it or respond. That doesn't matter. The message, the follow-up is it's proving to them that you meant it when you said you cared. It's proving to them your professionalism. It's re-engaging the hope that they felt when they talked to you about the business, and you're staying top of mind. And you just keep doing this. Every time they come up on the Teamzy follow-up list, you send them the next message. Number 1, then number 2, then number 3, number 4, and then number 5. They might not be responding to any of them. Around 7, 6, 7 follow-ups. Now you might be 2 months in to following up. You'll get that response. Always, every time you get this response. Thank you. I'm so sorry I haven't responded to your messages. Thank you so much for staying in touch. Now, I want you guys to understand, this is how you hit home runs in this business, is you understand that 20% of the people will probably make their purchase within 3 follow-ups. The rest take longer. They may take a month. They may take a year. You keep them on that follow-ups list in Teamzy forever. As soon as they've shown some interest and you've shared with them, you keep them on that follow-ups list and you stay in touch. You just keep touching them over time. And every month, I'm telling you guys, every month people will convert. And it becomes consistent and fun and exciting. Does this make sense? Okay, let me just finish off Amy in the system because obviously she was a good student. After I followed up with her 7,000 times, she signed up. So how do I do this? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to her record, her full record in Teamzy. And the first thing I'll do is click sale. Okay. And this is very simple because all we want to do is know that she signed on. So let's say she came in with an ultimate, great. And then I'm going to just hit save. And then I'm going to just also add on here the tag. Okay. I want to tag it. That way I can group her later with everyone who bought that. So now I've logged the sale in Teamzy, which is great. Now I'm going to scroll down to the member type and move her off prospect. If she bought it as retail, great. She's a customer. If she came in as a distributor, which I think she did, let's go distributor. You just click on that and that changes her in the system. Personally sponsored. This changes her in the system. So now she shows up. We stay in touch. She's on my distributor column instead of my customer column. Does it make sense? Isn't that cool? This system is so easy to follow. Every day you just log in, connect with whoever's up next, check your follow-ups. If they're due, send them a message. You're going to look so pro. Okay, I'm going to open it to questions because I know I only covered a little bit. Oh, wait, before I open to questions, let me give you guys some action steps real quick, and then we'll do questions. This is just one more slide. Okay, your action steps. Here we go. Go get your 30-day free trial if you haven't done it. That's a no-brainer. If you're in the free trial, set up your subscription so you don't miss a beat after the trial, okay? So if you did a trial already and it expired, don't worry, your data's still there. Just log back in, set your subscription up, and you'll be back in your account with everything there. I highly recommend you get a 30-day success partner to work the Teamzy with you. Maybe 2 partners. Pick them from the team or anybody that you want, whether it's your team or sideline or whatever. But keep each other accountable to doing it. Because if you just try it on your own, you'll probably play with it once or twice and it'll expire. If you have a success partner, you say, here are my goals, what are yours? And every day, you take a screenshot of your Teamzy dashboard when you're done working and send it to your partner. Do you think you get a lot more done this way? Yeah, because I used to do my business this way and I'd get a message from my partner at like 10 o'clock at night and I hadn't done anything. First, I'd be irritated because she woke me up and then I'd have to get my phone out and start messaging so that I could send it back. And you'll get so much more done with a partner than you will by yourself. The last action step I'm going to give you is a 5-day challenge. I challenge you guys to use Teamzy for 5 days in a row and connect with 100 people on your list. Okay, that's 20 a day. You could definitely do that without your arms and legs falling off. But what will happen is if you use Teamzy 5 days in a row, it's going to blow your mind. You're going to have so many people excited to talk to you and you're going to have all these conversations going. Frankly, you'll probably feel a bit overwhelmed, but never again will you be able to say, nothing's happening, or my warm market's tapped out, or I don't know what to do. Because now you'll know, oh, remember that time you did the 5-day challenge with Teamzy and blew up your phone for a week? Yeah, I want you guys to understand that you have the ability to create momentum at any moment. Okay, so that's why I give you the 5-day challenge. You guys in? All right. Great. All right, let's take questions. If you have questions, here's what you do. Unmute your microphone and ask away.
Do you have any questions? I think you did pretty good.
Covered a lot.
Oh, I have a question. Is this going to be recorded? I'm sorry, I hopped on a little late.
Yeah, we recorded it.
It's cheating, Mitzi.
No, it's good, Mitzi.
We
I love
recorded
the
it.
accountability.
Amy, I know you had sent me a message earlier today with a question you wanted me to cover.
Uh-huh.
Oh, one thing, Mitzi, did you have another question? No. Okay, you
Nope, just that.
Okay. One thing I did want to mention, I know, Amy, I know you guys signed up for the Teamzy Elite Business Bootcamp, which is in registration this week. I want to mention it because we are in registration this week. It closes on Monday. So for anybody who's watching this who, you know, really enjoyed what did we do? Just about an hour's worth of training. I want you to imagine what 12 weeks of training on working this relationship marketing system might be like for you. Okay, and so take a look at the business boot camp. I have the link here where you can get more info on it. I'm not here to sell it, but I just want to mention it. Let me pop this link up so you guys can go check it out. And check it out because it's a 12-week program. And what I'm going to do today, I touched on some of the topics that we spend an entire week on in boot camp. And so what we're going to do there is we go deeper in the training, and then not just teaching you, but then we give you action steps. So I'm going to teach you I'm going to give you the scripts on how to talk to your best customers to get them to reproduce. And then, well, not to reproduce, you know what I mean? And then you're going to go do it for a week. You're going to practice. You're going to post in the group. I did it. I tried it. This is what's happening. Okay. And so for each topic we're going to do for boot camp, it's just an immersive training. So check it out. There is an additional fee for it. You need to be a Teamzy subscriber to get into it. But it's been an amazing program that we've done, and we've been doing it now. This will be the 9th boot camp program that we've run. It's a 12-week program. You're in a private Facebook group, live coaching from myself and my mentor, Mike Lopez. And then you'll have access to us too, pretty much 24/7 in a group, though I don't answer 24/7, but I'll be there at least 24 hours. Okay. So I just wanted to mention that really quick. If you guys have more questions on that, I'd be happy to answer it. But you guys all get the URL, take a picture of that. You can go to that site, and everything you'd want to know is on that page to learn more about it. But the opportunity to join this round of boot camp ends on Monday. Okay. So really take a look at it this weekend or today or whatever. But as of Monday, you'll have to wait 3 more months for the next round. Okay. Cool. All right. Any other questions? Oh, I'm going to address the question you sent me, Amy. The question you asked me was, we're told to automatically invite people to our VIP group. Is that what you call it?
Testimonial group, but I kind of addressed this a little bit with our upline with Christina and Mitzi today, and I get a better understanding. I think it depends on if you're new, and so I think when we are new, we are automatically sharing it with our friends and family, our warm market. But as we grow, like, I can see validity to both sides, and so yeah, go ahead and talk.
Okay, so I'll just give you my take on. I'll give you my take on it. There's no one right way to do anything, first off. Okay. But I have my perspective on it. So I love testimonial groups, interest groups. Is this one for the whole team, or is this one that you've individually created? That's my first question.
No, it's for our team.
It's for the whole team.
It's
okay.
For our team. Yeah.
So I love these kinds of groups where you can create community. And you can invite people in. So the way I like to use the groups is when you're talking to somebody, in the example that I gave today, you're having a conversation with somebody, you're telling them what you do and why you're passionate about it. And you're seeing, asking them if they'd like some more information. If they have a real wishy-washy, like if they don't have a strong interest, if they're not showing strong interest, a group like this is a great place to invite them to and say, if they're kind of like, not real strong. Instead of getting them on a Zoom and talking about the business opportunity, they're not ready for that. I might say, hey, you know what? Would you like to take a look at this group? It's a really cool way to kind of see what people are doing. And if they say, yeah, sure, that's a perfect person to add to a group, because that group is another place for you to build that interest a little bit longer with them, right? And to build that legitimacy with them. So I always say you got to have a group that's for your, I call it for your soft interest. Soft interest needs to go to this group so we can continue warming them up. Obviously, the warm interest people will go there too. But the warm interest people are the ones that you're going to go, hey, let's jump on a call. Let's talk a little bit more about it right now, right? So I look at it as you've got something to offer everybody. You've got the group that you can offer everybody, but what I'm not a proponent of is adding people to the group without the conversation. Because I feel like that's kind of, they're like, what is this? What's the point? You know, right? So you got to have that conversation first and let them know what you're adding them to and why. And it's a great place for you to kind of check out what I'm doing type thing, because those groups will warm people up over time. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that helps. That's my perspective on it.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Did we have any other questions from anyone, guys?
I think this was awesome. And we got through it without any technology glitches on our end.
Except for all the people who didn't get the link. Okay,
yeah,
well, I'm glad that we got a chance to get the full training out. Now we've got it recorded, and I'll make sure you get the link so you can share it with the rest of the team. And we'll get that up there and get it moving. You know, we're real excited to work with Xyngular. Just in the few months that we've known each other, it's been awesome, and we love you guys. And I know Jay and I, you know, we're Facebook stalking everybody as we become more Facebook friends with everybody, and you guys have such a great community. I was super bummed, obviously, that you didn't have your live event, because we were planning on crashing the event and getting to meet everybody in person. But hopefully in the future we'll get to come to one and see everybody. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm sure you guys are bummed too.
Where's Syncfest at next year?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to figure out where our Xynfest is in October and invite you guys. That would be awesome.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there even if we're not invited. That's just the way we roll. But
we'd be excited.
It's funny because a lot of times, you know, in situations like this, I've told corporate, like, I already paid for my ticket, but so I'm coming. But if you want to invite us, we'll be happy to come as your guest too. Yeah. It's all good.
That's great.
All right, cool.
That's awesome. Thanks for everything.
My pleasure, you guys. Thanks for having me. God bless you all. And we'll talk to you guys soon. And welcome to the Teamzy family.
Thank you so much, Eric.